All right, everyone, welcome today. We are so excited to have this opportunity to introduce Lori Keating to everybody out there and celebrate the memory quilt. Absolutely love the memory quilt. I'm hugging it, Lori, from the minute you sent it my way. First Caterpillar book. And to say that it is a book that matters, it truly is. So, Lori, just congratulations on your book birthday. So, congratulations, everybody. All the
Thank you.
Monarchs and Caterpillar
Thank
authors
you.
are popping in. Lori, how's it feeling?
It feels great. It is kind of one of those things like though like when you have a birthday and you think that you're gonna feel a year older, but it was one of those things like I woke up and I was so excited, but I still feel the same.
Yeah. And I know someone else who was very excited for you, and he's sitting right there. This is Patrick. Go ahead and introduce Patrick to everybody.
This is my wonderful, amazing, supportive husband, Patrick.
Hey, everybody. It's really an honor to be here today. Thank you.
So, guys, we are going to get started. And I will say that the memory quilt is such a special place in the monarch hearts, in the readers' hearts, those that have been putting up after reading their reviews. We've been getting floods of those coming in. So, yes, just wanted to let you know that as we move through today's event, we are honoring Lori, the work that she's put into this to get to where she is today, but also taking a chance for us to be reflective and think about those that may have passed in our lives, whether it's a friend, a family member, because that's what this book is about. It is about grief and loss, but it's about honoring those who have touched our lives in a very special way by creating a memory quilt. So I wanted to share that with everyone before we get started, which means there may be some tears along the way. I'm just, that's the way things can happen here at Caterpillar Books, but it just means that when we read a book and it touches our heart, it can evoke emotions and pull on our heartstrings. And that's exactly what the memory quilt did to me and Eli, my husband, as we sat and read it together for the first time. And as we continue to work on the book, it's just a good place of healing. So thank you, Lori, for that. So everybody, I'm going to share my screen. And it's time to get started. Here we go. Look at that. There it is. We want to say that a lot of love and learning has went on with the memory quilt, with it being the first Caterpillar. Lori, thank you for all of your patience and understanding as we move through that process. But before we get started about the memory quilt, I would love to take a time for all of us to introduce ourselves that are here. So we have Monarch authors, which are our sixth through 12th grade authors, our middle grade and young adult authors that are here joining us to celebrate Lori. And we also have our Caterpillar authors here in the room as well. And they work for our K-5 world. So for just our total business outlook, once a monarch, always a monarch. And Lori is going to be publishing 3 books with us, celebrating those 2 today. We'll have another special announcement at the end of the show where everybody gets to see her latest book cover for a monarch book, because Lori also writes on the Monarch brand and she is a YA author too. So I want to take this opportunity for everybody to introduce yourselves. I'm going to stop sharing so I can spotlight everyone. And I'm going to start with Stacy Bartlett.
Hello, I'm Stacy. I live in the mountains of North Carolina, and I have 2 books coming out with Monarch. I write YA and middle grade. Free Things to See is my YA that's coming out this September, and it's a contemporary sweet romance. And my middle grade, Monster Mountain, is coming out February 2025. I'm very excited and excited to be here too. Happy book birthday, Lori. We love you.
Thank you. Love you, Stacy.
Love
All
you
right,
too.
Nancy Stewart, you are up, dear.
Okay. Nancy Stewart, as Jen just said. I do write, actually, I've written picture books, but I don't do that so much anymore. Middle grade and YA as well. I have a middle grade book coming out with Monarch in about 7 months or so now. It's going very quickly, called Beulah Land, and it takes place in the Missouri Ozarks. And about a little girl who has a tough time growing up, but growing up she does. I just also want to take the time really to talk about, Lori, your book, which as you know, I found it quite lovely. I also want to give, excuse me, my book birthday greetings to you, as I have been so inundated with national and state CBWI that I can hardly see myself coming or going. But I want to say to you that this is one of the most astute and psychologically sort of, what shall I say, psychologically correct books for very young children that I have read in a long time. You did a beautiful job with a book that really needed to be written. And I just want to heartily congratulate you on all the love and thought that went into this piece of beautiful work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nancy. All right, Lindsay, it's your turn. Introduce yourself to everybody.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Hobson. I live in Missouri and I'm a middle grade writer, and my book, The Girl in the Window, comes out in April.
Yes. Honor my mama's birthday too. April the
Yeah.
25th. That's an honor date that we chose. I'm so excited, Lindsay, for you and for your upcoming release of your spooky middle grade. All right. Angelique, we are ready. I am replacing that spotlight, and here you go.
All right. Well, congrats, Lori. This is an exciting day. Well, I guess a continuation of the exciting day that of the day that was released. Anyway, I'm Angelique Burrell, and I live in Illinois in the Chicago area. And I have a YA, Mark in the Road, that came out with Monarch in October. So it's a few months old now. But yeah, it's been a blast, that's for sure. But congrats.
Thank you.
And congrats to you, Angelique. Just saw that you were Anderson's bestseller of the week.
Yeah. I love the fact that they put New York Times bestseller.
I know.
But I had a little fun with it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
okay, well, we know it's Anderson's bestseller of the week.
Yeah.
Just love
Yes,
it.
indeed.
All right, Sandy Green.
Hi, I'm Sandy Green. I live in, excuse me, Virginia, Northern Virginia, close to Washington, D.C. And I want to just say huge congratulations to Lori. You can see I'm a quilter, and so quilting means a lot to me. And I belong to a quilt guild, and to the ladies there, and someone's always doing a t-shirt quilt or making a quilt and say, oh, this is for my grandchild, or this is for a niece or something. So it's a very important part of my life. I have a book, a horror in verse, coming out in May with Monarch, and we just finalized the ARC to the advanced reader copy. I'm very excited about that, and hope to be following you on your journey. So again, congratulations.
thank you.
Love it that she's a quilter and writes horror. Like, we can quilt on. All right, Stephanie, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Cotta, and I live in Southern Oregon. And first off, Lori, just want to say congratulations. I love my hard copy. I write epic fantasy, young adult epic fantasy, and I have 2 books that are out with Monarch, so Conjurer's Curse and The Race of Arjun. And I have 1 book that's coming out this October. It's called Heartsmith, and it's a young adult steampunk gothic horror. So I'm stepping my foot into the horror genre. And then I'm also got a caterpillar book that's on the way next year called The Mountain of Gold, where I was the illustrator. So
Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations on all of your accomplishments, Stephanie. And she didn't just put a toe into horror. She jumped right in head first into horror. And y'all know that's my jam. So Stephanie, we love all of your work and we're just so thankful for the editing that you do with us behind the scenes. I know you've been working with Lori behind the scenes, just your ability to just paint, illustrate, edit, write, just a wealth of gifts that the Lord has given you, and you are not a little nervous to share them. You jump right in there and let it go. So we just want to say thank you for all that you do for us at Monarch.
Thank you.
All right, Penny, it's your turn. Uh-oh.
Mute myself, sorry. Hi, I'm Penny Schneider. I live on Long Island in New York. I'm an author illustrator and I'm a caterpillar. And my debut children's graphic novel, Artie, is coming out in September. I think we're just about finishing up the arc, but so exciting. And I'm so excited for you, Laura. You were my first connection with, I'm gonna cry, with Monarch Books, and you helped me submitting my stuff and everything in the beginning. So I'm so super excited. And I'm so upset that my book is not coming for another couple of days. I really wanted to have it before this.
You.
Yes, and thank you, Lori, for championing our authors and connecting authors with us. Like, you are such a positive light out in the author community. So just thank you for all you do, Lori, in that aspect as well. And you know what? There is someone up here and it says, I'm here, but I'm just listening. And she's
That's
waiting
me.
for me. And I don't care. I can't.
No, it's not. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. It said you were just listening, and I'm like, I'll put you on spotlight.
No, I'm just a mess tech-wise. We had somebody else using it, and it was they were just listening, and I didn't have time to change it. So I'm sorry.
It's fine.
But I'm here. I'm talking. So I'm Sandy Whiting, and I have a easy reader coming out in June with Caterpillar, the Meatball Man Head Detective, that I got to author and illustrate, which was great. And in November, I have a young adult novel and verse flight coming out with Monarch, and I'm just so excited for both of those projects. And Lori, congratulations. I had to come on today and I agree with what Dr. Jen said. You champion all of us, and you are just such a positive light in the community that I had to come on and was excited to be a champion for you. So congratulations for today.
Thank you so much.
All right. So I see that Adrian is here. And Adrian, I'm putting you on trying to put you on spotlight, and I'm adding you to the spotlight, and I'm going to move. All right. Adrian, it's not letting me spotlight you, but I can see that your name is here. So Adrian So is with us. He's one of our Caterpillar authors. And Lori, I cannot wait for you to read The Ground World Heroes. Super love it. So I know Adrian's here. Adrian, can you hear us? You could also put it up in the chat for us too. I see that he's here, but that's the life of the tech world. And for all of our Caterpillar authors and our monarchs that are home, that are away, that have their lives busy today, our Shelly across the miles with midnight hours, everybody has just been flooding us with congratulations to you, Lori. So we just want to all let you know that even if you can't make a book birthday party, you're represented here in heart and spirit. So now it's time to see what readers have been saying about your book. So let me pull it up. So you've had a ton of reviews, and I was like, how do I pick? What do I pick, Lori? So I wanted just to highlight a few of those. Definitely you guys can go online and check out The Memory Quilt and leave a review for us. The Memory Quilt is a beautifully written story about love, loss, and kindness. Such a lovely message for readers. And although losing a loved one can never fully be mended, there can be comfort and healing in thoughtful deeds. I hope this sweet book reaches many libraries, schools, and homes and brings light to those who need it. Love that one, Lori. All right. Oh, my heart. What a touching story. This sweet picture book about grief really tugs on the heartstrings. That is from a reader named April. And of course, we had to see there was Patrick out there. So we wanted to honor you again, Patrick. Behind the scenes, it's Patrick and me trying to do the first review to see who could win.
Who won, Jen?
I don't want to brag, but I won that with Stephanie Cotta. Stephanie, I had fingers apparently. So Patrick's, you want to read yours out, Patrick, for her?
Yeah, it's a little blocked.
Oh no, I'll read it for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
I absolutely love this story. Lori's writing is so heartfelt and beautiful. The words bring you right into all the emotions that are going on throughout the book. It is truly an honor to recommend this read to every family. And Patrick, I hope that's you, Patrick. I know there's probably a million people named Patrick,
That's me.
I know it. I took a gamble. I took a guess. Okay, if this is a different Patrick, that would be pretty awkward, Lori.
I'd still claim it because it's beautiful.
Yes. All the things you would want to say, Patrick, and couldn't. All right, so now it is time for you to tell us a little bit more about you, Lori. I've put up your website, lorikeating.com, for those that can go and visit it later and check out what you have to offer on your website. But Lori, I'm going to spotlight you now. And here you go. So that means you're also spotlighted, Patrick. Both of you are on the screen. Lori, tell us a little bit more about you.
Okay, so Lori Keating, my husband Patrick here sitting next to me, and we live in Southwest Florida with our beautiful daughter who is not with us here today. And I write both Caterpillar and Monarch books. I have the Memory Quilt, and then also my next book is a YA sweet romance with magical realism, and that one is called Butterfly Ink. And following that will be another Caterpillar book called Angels in the Sand, which is super dear to my heart. I love the story, and I cannot wait for it to be in the world.
Yes. And throughout your stories, Lori, you just weave so much like heart. There is grief and loss that is present throughout some of your books. But you do it with such grace.
Thank you.
So thank you for all of that. Now I want to give a special shout out to Alyssa Rosenko. So talk about working with an illustrator, Lori.
Well, working with Alyssa was super easy. I mean, she was just like, she just asked me to give her notes on what I wanted, and then she would just produce it. And I didn't have to change or ask her to change anything. And we even had some notes, Jen, remember, for the cover of, and she's like, she messaged me one day and said, I have this idea for the cover. Just what do you think if, it would be Grace looking back on Jason, like as if she's looking back on memories of him, and holding the quilt in her hand. And when she said that, and I'm reading this email, it's like tears just came to my eyes, and I thought, that's so perfect. It was such a lovely picture, thought in my head, and she just illustrated it beautifully. So I just love her work.
And now we know when Grace decided that the Memory Quilt was the best one. I've put the illustration up for everybody to see, one of the illustrations that Alyssa Grazenko captured when Grace was in show and tell. And Tina's grandmother made a quilt using clothes that Tina had worn as a baby. And so this is when Grace has her little turning point where she says, this is what I can do to honor my friend, my neighbor who's passed, who's more like a brother to me. So we know when that happened for Grace. When did this happen for you?
Well, it originally the idea came to me when some friends of ours, when we lived in Arkansas, they had invited us over for dinner, and they had shared the story about their son passing away. And their other son took his brother's clothes and turned them into memory quilts and gave them to the family for a Christmas gift. And we were over there during Christmas time, and they brought out the quilts to show us. And I just thought it was just the most precious, sweet, sentimental gift. And I knew then that the story needed to be shared, but I wasn't writing for children's stories at the time. So it was just one of those things that kind of, stayed in my mind. And as soon as I started writing children's books, that's when I knew I had to put it on paper.
Love it. Love it. So now I want us to take a time that you've shared the memories of how the memory quilt came to be. I would like to ask if anybody would like to share any memories to honor a loved one. If you have a special memento or you did some type of project in honor of someone. I know Stacy has let me know that she wanted to share at this time. So Stacy, I want to spotlight you for this. Okay. There's Adrian. Now that I see you, Adrian. All right, Stacy, it says you're spotlighted.
Okay, I don't know if y'all can see this very well, but my mom passed away in 2007. And about the same time, my oldest daughter was learning to sew. So she decided to do a memory quilt. All of these squares were my mom's clothes, different things that she wore. And the amazing thing about a memory quilt is you never forget, like this one, my mom always wore this big chunky sweater in the winter. We were from Florida and we freeze in North Carolina. Most people don't think North Carolina is cold, but I'm freezing, and she did too. So almost all winter, this big chunky sweater was over whatever she was wearing. And I can just smell what it felt like to give her a hug in this sweater when I touch it. This one, the green and white one, was a shirt that she wore in the summer with little white shorts and flip-flops because she was from Florida. She always dressed like she was from Florida. And everyone, I would take up too much time, but they're all so special. And then when you have this, you just feel like that person is still close to you. So I have another one as well that I'm not going to take the time to share, but it has her pajamas around that, stitched around the edge. So they're very special. And I agree with the others. I think, Lori, that was just the most special book to write. And we just appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
And thank you so much, Stacy, for sharing. I want to take the opportunity to talk about when I first got the memory quilt. So when Lori sent it to me, what do you think of this? And I'm like, how does she know? Like, I started crying and I'm like, I'm crying. And I take my computer to Eli and I say, Eli, you've got to read this. And my husband starts crying. And we're sitting on the couch together and we're holding hands and we're making it through. And he says, this is a book for you, Jen. This is the book. And the reason why it touched me so much is because I also have a memory quilt from my mama. And I want to share it. So my mama, it's hard, isn't it, Stacy, to kind of hold it up. So my mama was a huge Braves fan. I don't know if anybody has ever went to Atlanta Braves before, but my mom wore Braves t-shirts like all the time. And like every game she watched, we took her to games while we could. She loved David Justice. So David Justice got on her memory quilt. But it's just a bunch of her Braves t-shirts. And one of my students when I was first building my bucket list and I put sew a quilt for my mama, and I didn't know how to sew. And my student said, "Well, I know how to sew. My mama makes quilts." So one of my students and her mama built the memory quilt for me. So I just want to let y'all know that when books come at you, you never know what's going to be behind a computer screen, right? You don't know those stories and how this touched another person's heart, but we do know as a reader how it touches ours and how then it becomes our experience too. So I just want to thank you, Lori, for giving us an opportunity to share this story with the world. And I would just like to ask if any other monarchs want to do an honor. Right now is your opportunity. I understand if you want us to move on with the party. But
Well, you know, I'm sorry, excuse me. Mine is, and it certainly isn't a quilt, but it is the same thing in that I wear my mother's pearl earrings literally every day. I mean, other jewelry, yes, but there's nothing like her pearl earrings. And I think about her every day and all day. You know, you check to be sure they're still there and all that kind of thing. So in any event, that's my memory, kind of non-quilt, but the same.
Love it. Thank you so much, Nancy, for sharing. Anybody else? I see Penny.
I don't know if I've shared this before, but my arty, whoops, wait, my arty is named after my dad. That is my memory quilt to my dad.
Oh my gosh, Penny, I didn't know.
Yeah. So my dad, I'm gonna get choked up, but he wrote many books. He was a ninth degree black belt, and he had a karate school, and he had many students, and parties for him.
Love it. I love it so much, Penny. Thank you for
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We did a disclaimer at the beginning of voice.
Good thing you did that.
I don't know if anybody else would like to share an honor. Angelique would.
I'll share.
Here, Angelique, give me spotlight.
Well, I don't have the quilt yet. My aunt in Texas makes quilts, and so she's made several for my parents to celebrate their 50th anniversary, but she's making one right now. My grandmother had lived in Hawaii for a long time, and she wore muumuus all the time. So she has my Aunt Barb has her muumuus, and she's making a quilt right now for in honor of my grandmother who passed away. So I'm looking forward to seeing that when it's done, but hopefully I'll be able to share a picture or something with you all. But yes, the story definitely touches a nerve, and it's just ways to honor people who have passed. And so it's a beautiful story, Lori. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Angelique. Would anybody else like to share?
Hi, I'd like to share if that's okay.
Yes.
So my dad passed away 7 years ago, and I don't have one here, but my mom right now, she's actually getting it finished up. They took all of his t-shirts. He used to wear a lot of t-shirts, and are making a huge quilt. A family friend is for my mom, and we all got to pick out some of her favorite shirts, some of the shirts that meant a lot to me that I would look at Dad and say, oh, I feel like I can see him standing right here in that shirt. And my brother did. And so we got to pick it out together, and they're a beautiful way to honor somebody, but they're also a way to help grieve. I mean, I know like for us, at least, it was a way to help grieve when you feel lost in that time and you don't know what you can do, but you can hold on to them like that too. So I think this is such an important book. So yeah, it's beautiful, Lori. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Oh, Stephanie's got her hand.
Yeah, I don't have anything to show, but the Caterpillar book that I illustrated that's coming out next year is an honor for Fred Fisher, the man that I worked with. I live in his house. He gave it to me. So dear friend, my writing mentor, and every image that is in the book that I illustrated is a memory because I worked with him for every drawing I did. So every time I look at one of the pictures, I remember chatting with him and brainstorming what the scene was going to be.
Love
So
it. That's why it's such a
It's
special honor book. And when I read it, I could just feel the love in the letter you sent to me about the book and how you're honoring him and his memory through this. And so it's such a special time that we're going to get to have in the future with the Mountain of Gold. So thank you. All right. Anyone else before we move on? Sandy's got her hand.
Well, just a quick, I'm making this for Bloss, who's illustrated my front cover. So it's not really, it's sort of a memory quilt, like something that we shared. So hopefully it'll be done by May.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Love to honor those that are still with us as well.
Mhm.
So I think that's also very important. So, all right, guys, I think it's time we're going to move on. We made it through that, Lori.
Yes.
Woo. So now guess what time it is? It is time to honor you. And I'm hoping everyone is able to see the screens. Patrick, you said they were small. I'm hoping that when I slide through that you guys can see. Lindsay, you're up first if you'd like to read yours. Lindsay, can you read it?
Okay, here I am. Congratulations, Lori. I'm so happy for you. I know your book will make a difference in the world.
Thank you.
Oh, this is from our Riley Cross. She said, Lori, your words are stitched together with compassion. You are tackling a tough subject with such grace that it makes it possible to see moments of healing and beauty from the chaotic fabric of life. So, message from you. This is a message from Carol. Carol said, Dear Lori, you and I debut together. You as an author, me as a Monarch's publicist. I know you've put much love into this book, and I wish you the best. May it reach many readers and touch many lives.
Thanks, Carol.
And Carol's instrumental behind the scenes, man. Messaging, reaching out, sharing the word about the memory quilts. Very special thanks to Carol. Oh, Penny.
Oh. Congratulations, Lori. I want to wish you the very best of success from one new caterpillar to another. This is only the beginning. Best wishes always.
Yes, it is. It's only the beginning, Lori.
That's
You
right.
already know what's coming up around the bend. More and more. Okay, Adrian, it's your turn. And Adrian, I'm happy to see you here now that the camera's on.
Okay, so congrats on the release of the memory quilt. Wait, I can't see it.
Oh no.
Okay, it's right here. I know that this is a book every kid, or for that matter, anyone, will need at a certain stage of their life. The first time I read it, I didn't really understand the book's real meaning, but the second time I did. So thank you so much for this story. And I can say that certainly it's one that everyone needs.
Thank you so much, Adrian.
Thank you, Adrian. All right, Sandy Green.
Congratulations, Lori. Your book will become as comforting as a snuggly quilt. I hope it reaches the readers who need it most. And it was so much fun making this too, with all the sewing.
See that? They're adorable. Thank you, Sandy.
All right, our next Sandy. Both of our Sandys are novel verse authors. So Sandy Whiting.
Congratulations, Lori. This book is so meaningful. You do a fantastic job explaining such an important and difficult topic with grace, compassion, and love. Enjoy your special day. Love, Sandy.
Thank you, Sandy.
All right, Angelique.
Congratulations, Lori. The Memory Quilt is a beautiful story that expresses the healing power of love. At the heart of the book is your compassion, and I know the story will touch lives just as you have done. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
Oh, Stacy, Georgie, and Jamie. And Georgie is in the chat right now.
Hi, Georgie.
Lori, you have been a special friend to me, and now I am so thankful that we are Monarch sisters too. Congratulations on your book birthday, and I know this book will mean so much to so many. Big hugs. Love, Stacy, Georgie, and Jamie.
Oh, thank you all.
Okay, this is from Caitlin. Caitlin is doing a telethon right now. So she's live on TV. So sorry she couldn't make it, she said, but she sent this message to you. She said, congratulations, Lori. Your picture book is tender, sweet, and so needed in a grief-stricken world. Thank you for sharing your gifts with young readers. Love, Caitlin Alexander.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Russell said, happy book birthday, Lori. This is so exciting and awesome.
Thank you, Russell.
All right, Stephanie.
Congratulations, Lori, and happy book birthday. Your book is a beautiful, heartfelt story, and I hope it's treasured by many readers, young and old, just like a memory quilt.
Oh, thanks, Stephanie.
And this is from your friend, Ashley. She said, Lori, I feel so blessed to call you a friend. Your writing is a rare and beautiful thing, and the things that make it so striking are endless in nature. I'm so happy for you on this day. Happy book birthday. I can't wait to celebrate many more with you.
Oh, thank you, Ashley.
Okay, I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna get through I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna hold my quilt. I'm gonna hold my quilt for strength. Oh, and book two. Let me just hug everything while I can. I'm hugging you, Lori. From the minute Eli and I read The Memory Quilt, we knew it needed to be the first Caterpillar book. I might have to get Stephanie to read it. Let me see. What a special testament of love and honor throughout every page. We are so blessed to know you. You are such an amazing support for monarchs and continue to bring light wherever you go. Thank you for trusting us with The Memory Quilt and all of your other books too, Lori. Gotta put that in there. I pray it reaches readers and provides them pages of peace. So we love you.
Thank you so much. Love you too, Jen. You're making me cry.
You are loved, Lori. You are loved near and far. Patrick, you got to give her a big hug from all of us right now because you're so close. Hug her almost. Hugs from all of us, Lori.
Thank you.
And now it is prize time. All right, so I've got the chat going. All right, you guys ready? And if you already have a copy of an ebook, or if you already have a copy of The Memory Quilt, you can gift it to someone special in your life. So in the chat, honor someone that has passed away by sharing their name and a special message, or just congratulate Lori on her book birthday. And number 3 will be the winner. Oh, I see Jamie now. I see his ear. Hey, Jamie. There you go. Good to have you, Jamie. Oh, I just got in a congratulations, Lori. That was number 1. Georgie, you were fast today. Let's see who else. I'm patiently. We're on like a little delay, Lori. I keep refreshing. And I want to thank all of you guys for joining us today. Lori, I know it was not like the release day, but let's talk about bad storms coming through.
Goodness, yes.
Like, and of course we lost power. 2 trees fell down in the backyard. We're like, what? I knew it, y'all. I knew it. So for those of you that were planning to join us on our Tuesday of our release, thank you for being here again with us today. And we had to postpone, but Lori, you were in our thoughts and prayers that day, as you are every day. And so we are very thankful. We'll keep the chat open. Here comes one. Oh, miss you, Fred. My special friend and writing mentor. Stephanie's number 2. All right, I'll keep it open. I'll announce the winner. All right, look, Lori, we don't have to say pre-order.
Right. I know. It's here.
You have to go on Twitter now, Lori, and say out now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I haven't even done that.
You've had it like pre-order forever.
I've been in
Stephanie
pre-order mode.
cover. Yay. And we've got Simon the Snake that's right around the corner. So another Caterpillar book is hitting the stage. Oh, Angelique Burrell. Congrats, Lori. So excited for your book and all of your books to come. All right, Angelique, you can gift. Georgie. Georgie said it's okay. Angelique, I know you've got your copy coming, but you can gift your ebook to a friend if you would like to. So you can just
I was gonna say maybe I will gift it to Georgie so she can do a giveaway with it.
Oh, that's a great idea. Georgie, you just won the memory quilt. You can give it. Georgie was like on it again. She was number 4. She was like, oh, sorry, Miss Lowry. My message was from the chat a bit earlier when she was saying, congrats, Lori. And all right. So, Georgie, you are special. You won. Thanks, Angelique. So I do have to give a special shout out to all of our monarchs. Look at everybody on the screen and listen up. So Abby Crank's ARC is out in the world, ready to go. So we are taking ARC membership for a YA contemporary sweet romance. We've got the bit.ly on the screen, ARC Monarch. So congratulations, Abby, on your cover and all of your hard work with Listen Up. It is truly a book that matters, and we absolutely love it. Remember about Simon? Well, we'll let you know when her book birthday party's coming. I'm waiting for Miss Diane to confirm her date, but it's going to be right after her book release. Oh, Lindsay, look. Lindsay's book, April the 2nd, 2024. And of course, she's still in the ARC stage, everybody. So if you didn't get a chance for that horror book, now's your opportunity to sign up today. So we're super excited. And now, here's the moment. Lori, you ready?
Yes.
So now, Lori, you've got butterfly ink coming. So yes, we've got all the tears out of the way. I think I'm looking at smiling faces that I see. Now we're talking sweet romance. And that's the young adult book that Lori has written. It is a sweet romance, contemporary YA with a touch of magical realism that you guys are just going to adore. You ready to see the cover? All right. You're shaking their head. Patrick's like, I've seen it like about 8,000 times. Like Patrick, you and Eli have now some talk to do because y'all could say y'all look at covers about 80,000 times. Look at there, everybody. Here is the cover for Butterfly Ink. Super excited to have an opportunity to work with Lori behind the scenes. Lori, this is your original illustration on this cover, which means so much to me. And I'm so glad that we have an opportunity to share that with the world. And that means your art team is coming up too. And guys, you can get right on that same form that has our spooky middle grade. You also going to see some other authors like Sandy Green's name there. You're going to see Denise Minnerly with the Ben and Scout and picture book there. So I just want to let you guys know that you'll say, hey, I love Monarch. Let me be on everybody's art team. There's a button for that too. So we're super excited about your cover reveal. We're going to be sharing that one out on social media as soon as we finish this book birthday party. And until then, I want everybody to flood the chat with congratulations for Lori. Tish Bouvier said, hey, congratulations.
Hi, Tish. Thank you.
Hey, Tish. And happy book birthday. And I saw when we had moved away, I heard a ding, but I wasn't in our view. I saw that Denise is here, and I would love for her to introduce herself. The memory quilt is out now. Before we close up, I saw Denise. So I'm going to stop sharing. There's Denise. And I'm going to spotlight Denise for everybody.
Hi.
Hey, Denise, introduce yourself.
There we go. Hi. Hi, and congratulations. What a major feat. That's fantastic. It looks like a great book. I can't wait to pick up a couple copies. So
Thank you.
so mine will be coming soon. Ben and Scout. Again, it's actually very similar in that it is approaching the subject of sort of someone passing, or in this case an animal passing. But it's nice to see stories out there, because I think it's very consoling for a lot of people right now. So anyway, that's me.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah.
And your book is dedicated to a very special Scout. And I cannot wait for everyone to read Ben and Scout.
Yeah.
That's going to be one of our upcoming picture books with Caterpillar Books, guys. We've got such a special lineup of authors first, and their amazing stories. And Lori, I just want to thank you for trusting us and being with us, and through all of the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs and the roller coaster ride of what it is called publishing. And it's always something. It's never boring.
No.
And like you named your character Grace, you are filled with it. I want to say congratulations again from all of us at Monarch and Caterpillar Books. Lori, last words, Lori.
Thank you all so much for today, for sharing this special day with me. And thank you all for your support with the Memory Quilt, and just as writers in general. And y'all are my family, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
And guys, last words for Lori as we say goodbye. Lori, congratulations.
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 We love you, Lori.
Congratulations.
Bye, guys. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. Bye, everybody. Get your copy of the Memory Quilt. It is out now. I'm taking it the wrong way. Bye, guys.